Hi everybody, it's Dee, and I hope you all had a great week. We're going to have, I hope what you feel is a lot of fun here tonight. I'm going to do an overview on retiring products, and then we're going to make a really fun project that I just found out about, and I couldn't wait to share it with my Facebook friends here. And so we'll get started on doing that here really quickly. So before we get started, I do want to let you know that look for a link that will be posted separately from this live class that's going to talk about the Everything is Rosy product medley. I am in love with this product suite and I can't wait to order it. Everybody, including demonstrators, we all have to wait until May 1st. And anybody that checks out the information that I'm going to post via a link here pretty soon, or after class here, if it's something that you want to go ahead and I'm going to have a private online class for those of us that want to enjoy that Everything is Rosy kit. So there'll be two ways that you can do it. One, you can order the products with me and get the class for free, or you can just get the class. So maybe you'll decide to get the medley of products here in a little bit, but Stampin' Up! Did tell us that they anticipate a sellout. And so they don't think it'll last all month. And so I'm putting an offer out there to my customers to do a little pre-order with me. Let me know that you want it. And then on May 1st, I'll get all of our kits coming in so that we don't miss out on it. Okay, so I'm gonna take a second and I'll turn the camera back around so you're gonna see the ceiling here just a little bit. So we'll get this done and we'll get started. Easier said than done some days. You're gonna be looking at my armpit here. Sorry about that. We'll get the camera all resituated here. So it always takes me just a second. So I hope you guys all had a great week and a good Friday. As you get tuning in here tonight, just let me know that you're here watching. And, we'll be enjoying another view other than my ceiling here in just a second. I only have the one camera. I don't have the two camera view that some demonstrators do when they do the live. So it takes me just a second to get reoriented, but I don't think that's any big deal. Okay, there we go. Just make sure that the camera's not all wobbly woobly. Okay, I think I got it. Okay. All right, so one of the first things that I would recommend that you do, this would be for definitely those that are avid Stampin' Up! Customers of mine, or perhaps you're watching it and you do have a catalog. On my blog, and again I'll have the link for it, you can go ahead and download a PDF of what products are retiring. And then what I would just recommend is that you go through your catalog and highlight those items that are going to be retired at, come June 2nd, or June 1st. That way you can make sure that if you still had anything on your wish list that, that you were thinking about, that you have a chance to get it before it's gone. Hi, Marge. Glad to see ya. And so again, I'll have some links posted up there afterwards, but that's what I've done. I've gone through my catalog and I've highlighted the items that aren't going to be there anymore. So that's just a little tip just to make sure. And see, this one's not highlighted, so I know that that one's going to be available for a whole nother year. Okay, so that was like kind of the tip one, is to perhaps just download those PDFs and just make sure in your catalog that you're not missing out on anything. Well, I've put together a whole bunch of goodies here of items that include some things that are going to be retiring that were some of my personal favorites, and then we'll get stamping a project with the outgoing in colors. Okay, so probably one of my all-time favorite kits was the Notes of Kindness. Now the big kit itself with the stamp set is going to be available, but the refills, and this is what this one is. This is the refill kit, the refill part of it. The refills only are retiring. So if you happen to love this kit like I do, you know, if you wanted to order it again, you would get the stamp set and other things that were included. But, you know, if you just want to make the refills, that's what's going away. So that was one of my favorite kits. That was in the annual catalog. Now, one of my favorite kits that was in the occasions catalog is this Made to Bloom card kit. And it went on back order, and then you couldn't order it because Stampin' Up! Was waiting on shipments coming in. But it's a gorgeous kit. You get, you know, this acetate pretty box, the belly band, and then I just wanted to show you these gorgeous cards. You know, so you get this lined envelopes and everything. And I made sure that right before I got on here for our class and our information here tonight that this kit is back in stock and can be ordered. But it's not coming back, you know, so once this is gone. So if you like this type of a really, and it's an all-inclusive, so you get the stamp set, and it's a really super pretty, just that, a pretty kit. And so again, that was the Made to Bloom kit that's going to be, it's in the occasions catalog, and it'll be while supplies last. Okay, so on this little project that I made, I did this last winter sometime. It's a cute little mini album or gift card holder. And a couple of things on it. The Pretty Pines die is going away. And in the new annual catalog, like in the last several years, in fact, I can't think of a year where it hadn't happened, but they had, Stampin' Up! Always brought out some holiday paper in the annual catalog. So for those of us that likes to get a head start on our Christmas cards and holiday stuff, like doing Christmas in July's, we always, in the past, could count on Stampin' Up! Having a holiday paper. Well, there's none in the annual catalog, so once this paper retires that is in the annual catalog, we'll have a little drought on holiday designer series paper. So I just wanted to let everybody know that, you know, you could go ahead and get some more Christmas paper before it's gone, if you're one of those. The paper here is a retired paper, but Cookie Cutter Christmas, the Cookie Cutter Punch and the stamp set is going bye-bye. This has been, there's so many, like, I don't want to say my all-time favorite, but, you know, this is just, will be in my permanent collection. I can't ever imagine getting rid of this cute little bundle. So that's going away. And then this cup, which, you know, that was a hot project several years ago. That was made with the envelope punch board, which is going away. So I'm not going to really tell all of the different stamp sets and things, but I'll just kind of, you know, point out a couple of items here, because quite honestly I didn't mark exactly what was what in it. This is just another little envelope punch board type of project. Boy, the sun's coming in. That's nice. This is the dragonfly, the detailed dragonfly, the die and the stamp sets going bye-bye. I believe that this embossing folder, again, I'm just kind of going through here really quickly on it. This is the narrow note cards, that's going away. The bottle stamp set and die. Both of the styles of the the gable box is going bye-bye. So these are just some of the projects that as you go through your catalog, that you'll notice that, you know, it's no longer, you will no longer get to do that. The tropical, or Chic Tropical, it's going to be a carryover, however the bundle goes away. So don't forget that if there is something that isn't necessarily retiring, but the bundle will go away. I really loved all of those wood, the wood paper in it. And again, just kind of showcasing some of the things. And I almost have to end with the bunny punch. Because it was so popular, it was on back order, and then it's not going to be coming back. But who doesn't need a bunny punch and a bunny stamp set? I mean, really, it just really has to. Okay, so that was just kind of a quick overview of some of the things that you can make with some of the retiring products. And I do want to show you a slider card that we made last night at my local class. And again, this is, oh my goodness, the name is just eluding me, Papa Petals. It's a bundle right now. These are both carryover items, but it's just another way that to show that you'll lose out on the 10% if you like that's something that's a bundle right now. Okay, that's that. Whew, I think we need to do some stamping. Well, I wanted to say goodbye, have a little send-off with the retiring colors that we have coming up. So the retiring colors that we're going to say goodbye to are Tranquil Tide, Berry Burst, Lemon Lime Twist, Fresh Fig, oops, excuse me, I bumped the camera, and Powder Pink. So these colors will be retired at the first part of June. And so if you love these colors and you have them, you just want to make sure that you have your ink refill so that you can enjoy the colors even after they're no longer available to order. So just please make sure that you've got that. And I have a little, so that's the ink colors, and I just kind of have some 6x6 representations of that too. I do apologize for the sun. I'm recording in Indiana at 7 o'clock, and my craft studio doesn't have any curtains to draw down. So when the sun's out and it's coming in the right way this time of the year, that's just what we see. Okay, so again, those are the colors. Well, the project that I have for us here tonight is a way that we can say goodbye to not only the in colors, we are also going to say goodbye to abstract impressions. And this was one of those stamp sets. When I first got it, I'm like, huh? What am I supposed to do with it? Because it's available in a bundle. And but I found that every time I start stamping with it, new creations come out of it. And it's very abstract, but it's a kind of really artsy kind of one. But here's a project that they recently showed on the on stage, and that was like this little folder that you can easily make, and we'll be making that here tonight. But I wanted to show you, like, as a salute to the end colors, that these are just some sweet and simple note cards that you can make and gift in this way. Again, using abstract impression. So this is highlighting the grass on all of these will be the same as we'll see. This grass was in Lemon Lime Twist and Tranquil Tide, and then I just picked one of the other in colors to highlight on there. So, and all of these are from the stamp set, Abstract Impressions. And then envelopes. So I've just got a set of 3 envelopes. You could definitely do more if you wanted to, but let's go ahead and get started first making the super easy little notepad cover. It's basically a wraparound. Oops. Okay, so what I did is, and I'm using powder pink here right now. So this is an 11 by 6 inch piece of cardstock, and I've got it scored at 3, 3 1/4, 7 3/4, and 8. The first one that I made on here, I only had 1 score, and because with the envelopes and everything in it, it got a little bulky. So, and I had plenty of room of overlap, so I added a 1/4 inch score line on each side just to give it a little more dimension on it. Okay, so first things that I want to do, and you could do some trim work over here. I'm just going to keep it fairly simple because sometimes I think simple just is overlooked in way of doing it. So here I've got a piece of Whisper White cardstock, and this is cut at 1 1/4 by 6. And I just got my snail adhesive there. On this one, I'm going to dress it up just a little bit. A little bit more. Not anything too over the top, but just a little bit. And I'm using the In Color Designer Series paper, the 2017-19. So again, this would be retiring. And we'll put this over on the edge. And I'm going to save till the very end to do the ribbon. Thank you, Sharon. I'm glad that you liked it. Oh my gosh, look how crazy I have that one. Holy cow. Get that, try to get that off of there right now. Get it. Ooh, that was a close call. There we go. Okay, so now we can set our cover off to the side. And I've got 3 pieces of Whisper White cardstock already cut and scored. And this is the standard 5.5 by 8.5. And we'll go ahead and just get them scored. And this is a photopolymer stamp set, so I've got my, my mat underneath of it to get some absorption here. And let's see here. I got to do a quick cleaning of this. There we go. All right, so what I'm going to do first is we're so going to do this in an assembly line fashion. I'm going to stamp all of the grasses on all 3 cards first because it all has the same look on it. And so this way, this is just another tip that, you know, if you know of something that you can mass produce, you know, you can just keep the color open while you're doing it. Now, Abstract Impressions has 2 different styles of grass blade that is made to be layered on top of each other, but we're going to do something a little differently here tonight. Okay. So I'm going to go just right in the middle of the card, stamp full on, and stamp off. And then I'm going to take the other grass blade and do the same thing. I'll ink it up. I'm inking it up off camera. And this time the dark is going to go kind of over the light. You know, so just kind of opposite. And I do this each time. I have a little bit to go in there. Okay, so we just want to have a little bed of grass, you know, just stay right in the middle of our card base here. Okay, so I'm going to do that on all 3 cards. And it doesn't matter which order that we do this. Get that a little closer that time. So don't re-ink, just, it's called, you know, just stamping off. Got that done. One more card, and we've got our lemon lime twist. And we're going to use all 5 of the retiring colors. And so, you know, this little simple project might be something that you consider to kind of do a farewell stamping on them as well, or just a way of utilizing any of your designer series paper that match up these colors. You can incorporate that into our little folder as well. Okay, so we've got the lemon line down. The stamp set's retiring too. So I just wanted to kind of say goodbye to a bunch of different ones, like all of the colors and a stamp set that was retiring. Now I wanted to go ahead and introduce Tranquil Tide in there as well, because again, I had a challenge to myself to use up all of the in colors. And so I'm going to do the same thing as what I just did there, only, let's see, I think I want this one. So I don't want to do both of the shapes of the grass blades in this, so I'm going to pick up the smaller of the 2 with the Tranquil Tide and, you know, just kind of add that little blue undertone there. Kind of like when you have the different type of grass. And actually what I wanted to do is stamp off first. I want to take 1 tone down on that. And then again, kind of just add that little blue-green grass in there. So go ahead and grab it, oops, stamp off, and stamp, and stamp. So it just kind of gives a little dimension in there. Hi to that. Thanks for joining. Okay, so we've got our grass blades down on all of that. I was a little loud. My dog decided that she was going to bark at me. Sorry about that. Okay, so since I don't have to think too hard on it, I'm going to bring back in what I've already done here. And so with the powdered pink, and I'll always bring in the stamp set again and show you which ones I'm using. On this one, again, it's like you wouldn't think that this would make something maybe as cute, but I'm going to use these 2 images here. And this is a 2-step stamp. And so let me bring in So the more solid piece, or background, I'm always going to stamp off first. And then on the layering top one, it'll be full strength. So again, I'm using powder pink. I'm going to stamp off and kind of lay down my flowers. It's going to be a super light little background. Stamping off. Kind of just make a pretty little palette there. Now I'm going to get the layering one, and I'm going to use full strength. And the beauty of the stamp set, it's very abstract, so you don't even have to line it up perfectly. You know, so you can be kind of, I don't want to say careless with it, but I mean, it's not like some where you absolutely have to do that. And then we're just kind of, again, keep it super simple. And I'm going to take the thank you. That's one of the sentiments in this set. Ink that up. And stamp that. Cute little note card. I think it's turned out really super cute. Okay, so that one's done. Put that one off to the side. Now the next one, we are going to use Fresh Fig. And on that one, it's kind of almost like the little tulipy looking one. Put that off to the side. Better get that closed up. My elbow or something will be in there. Okay, so on our Fresh Fig, again, I'm going to stamp off and stamp. And then if you wanted to, you could go ahead and stamp again. So this would be the third image. So it's just going to give it a little tonal. And now I'm going to make another little darker one over off to the side. And I'll get the layering piece or the layering image for the Fresh Fig. And we'll stamp that. That's full on. Make that one, and then let's see, on this one there's so much to love about you. So pretty of a sentiment. Again, look how robust this stamp set is. All of the images, what is it, 5 different sentiments, and they're all really nice and loving, and I don't want to say generic, but you know, they've got multi-uses, and you know, you could really still get a lot of use out of it. Okay, there's so much to love about you. Wouldn't you feel so good about yourself if you got that in the mail? So pretty. So that one's done. All right, and then our last one, we're going to use Berry Burst, and that'll be our 5th color in the Outgoing in Colors, the 2017-19. And as you can see, I have the old style of stamps. I did want to share with you that I put there was a few of the, when the stamp pads changed, there was a few colors that it said the new ink formulas wouldn't work in the old ink pads, but I didn't listen. So this is what happened. So I know that my Berry Burst is kind of wonky. So just kind of bear with me. Yours won't be like that because you probably paid attention and I didn't. So that's my darker one. I'm stamping off. And you can see it kind of bubbled up there. It's just not the prettiest pad in the world. I'll just make sure I got good coverage there. And Devette asked about if they're going to discount some of the retiring, and I think they told us that May 6th or 9th, I can't remember off the top of my head, it's one of those 2 dates, that starting May 9th, they probably will start discounting some of the items. Not all of them, but some of them. It'll be after May. Cute, 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 cute. And then on this one, I did the Kindness Changes Everything. Just make sure I sit it on there. let it have a chance to absorb. Put that on there. And that's good to go. Okay, so that's our quick three note cards. And of course, like, you could add images to the inside and to the envelope. And I'm just choosing not to do that here during our class time here tonight. But super cute little cards. I mean, I think that anybody would just be thrilled to get these either in the mail or as a gift. Let's see, my bone folder's, oh, it is right here. Let me get it real quickly. Just get nice crisp edges on the card. Should have done that a little bit beforehand. They're gonna sit in our little holder so much better. Well, let me just grab these other ones since they're all together, and I've got the 3 envelopes with it. You could easily make a set of 4, but that's just how easy and giftable it's going to be. So let's go ahead and add some ribbon to this now. So on the previous one, I used, again, this is a retiring ribbon. It's the Whisper White Cotton, what do they call it? The classic woven ribbon. And so that one's going to be retiring. And then also, what we're going to have here tonight, what we're going to use is a beautiful, of course, since it's the powdered pink, I'm going all girly and everything. And I love this beautiful ribbon. In fact, I loved it so much I didn't want to use it. Now it's retiring. And so I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like, why was I waiting? But it's the powdered pink shimmering ribbon, and it's gorgeous. So I'm just going to tie. Everything's going to be like super simple. It's not overcomplicated. Let's see, I'm going to use just about that. You can, put whatever amount that you want. I always like giving myself a little extra so that when I tie the bow, I'm not shortchanging myself at all. Okay. So again, let's go ahead and put our cards in there. And what I like to do is whatever color that you have on the outside, I kind of like to lead with that one. Look at this one. That way when they open it up, it's nice and coordinated, but yet when, all of them's in there. Okay, so we're going to do this. I think I'm just going to tie it pretty much right in the center. If you wanted to, you could add other embellishments to the front of it. We're not going to do that here tonight at class, but you could so do that if you wanted to, or just leave it by itself. And I'm going to use tear and tape and put it right in the center of the back of this. Open this back up now again, kind of do it flat. We'll get it right in the center. I don't have my take your pick or paper piercer. That's another thing that's going away is the paper piercer. So if you haven't gotten one yet and that's something that you want, you may want to go ahead and put that on your wish list beforehand or before it goes away. The Take Your Pick tool does have, a piercer as one of the components in it. But if you want just the piercer itself, that one's being retired. Okay, so now let's go back and put these in. So could put another card in there. Cute little fold over. And if you came in late, it's like I have this all wonky here. I was putting it in at a weird angle to myself, and it just was not conducive at all. So just make a quick bow, and you're all set. Cute, cute, cute. So proud I would give that to just anybody. Once I had this straightened up. Oh goodness, and I wanted to bring this one in as well. As you go through even like your designer series paper, if you're saving a bunch of scraps, which who doesn't? I mean, you can add any little scrap of whatever size that you'd want here as well as on the inside. And then on this one, I did go ahead and take the time to just stamp a little border on it. And so you could do tone on tone all the way through that. And then again, you've got that cute little accent there without or to have an added element to the outside. Okay, well, I think that's all that I have there for here tonight. I will go ahead and post the links to the retired list and everything that I have on my blog. And then if you are interested in the Everything is Rosy product medley, to let me know that you would want to get a kit or that product suite of products right away. I'm planning on ordering things for my customers on May 1st, just to make sure that we have it. All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for joining me on a Friday night, and I hope that you have just a wonderful weekend and a great evening. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Happy crafting. Bye-bye.